Hello everyone. In this lesson we will learn about subpages. Let's begin by asking the question, what is a subpage? Alright, so here we see the home page of my public website, and if I use the navigation to visit my About Us page, here we see the page that I was working on in the previous lesson. And now, in this lesson, let's imagine I want to add another couple of new pages that belong to the About Us page, or that are highly related to the About Us page. So for example, in this lesson, maybe I want to create a new page named Our History, and maybe I want to create another new page named How We Work. So in that case, the About Us page would be the parent page, and then Our History would be its child, and How We Work would also be a child page that belongs to About Us. Okay, that's enough talking. Now let's get our hands dirty and actually try to create a subpage. So I will use this link to navigate to my admin dashboard area. I want to create a new page, so in the sidebar I will look for Pages and then click Add New. I will give this new page a title of Our History. For the content, I will just paste in a bit of lorem ipsum filler dummy content. And now here is the important part. Over on the right-hand side of the page, notice this Page Attributes box. The first option we see here is named Parent. If I click on this field, I can choose between any of my currently existing pages. So I will choose About Us. And that's my way of telling WordPress that this brand new Our History page should be considered the child of the About Us page, right? The About Us page is the parent page. All right, so let's go ahead and click the blue Publish button. And now, if we look within our main left-hand menu and click on Pages again, this screen will always show us a list of all of our pages. Notice that the new page that we just created, Our History, has these two dashes in front of it. And it's listed right underneath the About Us page. WordPress does this so that when we look at a list of all of our pages, we can immediately tell which pages belong to other pages. So the dashes create a bit of indentation, which implies that this page is kind of nested within this page, or that this page belongs to this page. Okay, now at this point, why don't we jump back to our public-facing website and navigate to our About Us page. And I want to point out that currently this page does not include a link to the new Our History page. Now remember, every theme is different. Some themes do indeed show links to all of the children pages when you are viewing a parent page, but a lot of themes do not. So for example, I'm using the 2016 theme, and it doesn't automatically list the children links anywhere. So in this case, it's up to us to create that link manually. So for the remainder of this lesson, we have two main goals. Goal number one will be to add a link in our main navigation menu so that when you hover over About Us, a little drop-down menu appears right about here with links to any of the child pages that belong to About Us. Okay, so that's goal number one. And then goal number two is to learn how to create links within the main paragraphs of content on a page. Okay, let's start with the main navigation menu goal. So I'm going to jump back to my admin dashboard. And in the left-hand menu, I will look for Appearance. And then I'm interested in Menus. Okay, so here we can see our menu. It currently consists of these three links. And over here, we can see a list of all available pages on our website. So here we see the brand new Our History page. So I will just check that and then click Add to Menu. All right, only I don't want my Our History page to be treated like a main top-level link like these three pages. I want Our History to be nested within About Us. So it's as easy as just clicking and dragging Our History to be right about here, and then just drag a little bit to the right, and WordPress will know what you're trying to do. And that little bit of indentation here implies that this page belongs to this page. All right, so let's go ahead and click the blue Save Menu button. And if I use this link in the top left corner to switch back to the public website, within our main navigation, we can now see this little downward facing arrow. And if I hover over About Us, we see our history. Perfect. So I can click that to visit that page. And practice makes perfect, so why don't we create another new page named How We Work and also set it to be a child page of About Us. So let's jump back to our admin area. Under Pages, let's click Add New. For the title, I will say How We Work. For the content, I'll just paste in a bit of dummy filler text. And over here within the right-hand column, even though the current theme we are using doesn't really make use of the parent-child relationship, I still want to let WordPress know that I consider this page to be a child of About Us, because it will help me stay organized when I view a list of all pages in the admin area. And if we ever switch to a new theme in the future, maybe that theme will make use of the parent-child relationship out of the box. Okay, so let's publish this new page. Now, if I switched over to the public website, we wouldn't see a link to this new page anywhere. So now let's manually add a link to this new page in our main navigation menu. So over in the left-hand sidebar, under Appearance, let's click on Menus. Again, here's a list of all of our pages. Here's the new How We Work that we just created. So let's check that and then click Add to Menu. And then I'm just going to click and drag this new page so that it lives under About Us. Perfect. So that little bit of indentation implies that it belongs to About Us. Let's save this menu and jump back to our public-facing website. So now I can click on About Us, and if I hover over About Us, we have our two child pages. Okay, so that takes care of the navigation menu. Let's change gears now and work on our final goal for this lesson, and that is learning how to add links to other pages within the main paragraph text or content of a page. So for example, maybe on this main About Us page, let's imagine I want to add a new paragraph down here, and within that paragraph, I want to have links to each of the new child pages and also maybe a link to the Contact Us page. So if I want to edit the page that I'm currently viewing, up in the top bar, I can just make use of this Edit Page button. Okay, within this main content field, let's scroll down to the very bottom. I'll place my cursor at the end of the text and then hit Enter to get to a new line. And I will say, our company is very interesting. You can learn about our history, and you can also learn more about how we work. If you would like to work with us, be sure to visit our contact page. Okay, now watch how easy it is to create links out of certain phrases within this paragraph. So within this sentence, you can learn more about our history. I want our and history to be a link to the Our History page. So I just highlight that little bit of text, and then up in this menu, look for this icon. When I hover over this icon, it says Insert or Edit Link. So if I click that, then down here this new menu appears, and it says Paste URL or Type to Search. So what WordPress is doing here is it's asking us, where do you want visitors to be taken when they click this link? Now, I'm not a robot, so I haven't memorized the URLs of all of my pages, so that's why WordPress will let me search here. So if I just begin searching for my Our History page, as I begin typing that, WordPress tries to guess what I'm looking for, and you can see here, it guessed correctly, so I will just click on Our History, and then it fills in the URL to that page. So now I can just click this blue button, and we successfully created a link. So now I can just click anywhere else on the page to make this menu disappear. And practice makes perfect, so let's do the same thing for How We Work. So I highlight those words that I want to turn into a link. And then up in this menu, I use this icon. Now down within this menu, I just start typing for the page I'm looking for. So how, and WordPress knows that this is probably what I'm looking for. So just click on that. Then click this blue apply icon. Okay. And finally, I want to illustrate that it's not like you can only link to children pages. You can link to any page. And you can even link to other websites. So we could link to Google or Facebook. You get the idea. But the point is we can definitely link to our contact page, even though the contact page doesn't have anything to do with the About Us page. So let me select contact page. And with that highlighted, use this icon to pull up this menu and begin typing contact us. This is the result I want. So I click on that, click the blue apply button, and we're in business. So I'm happy with these changes. I will use the blue update button in the right-hand column. Up here, we see this page was successfully created message, and I can use that view page link to go directly to that page, About Us. And if we scroll down, here we see that new paragraph. Let's test out the links. So I will click on Our History. Works perfectly. If I go back to About Us, I can test out how we work. That link works as well. And if I go back to About Us and test out the contact page link, that works as well. And in addition to those paragraph links, we still have our trusty main navigation drop-down menu. And that's actually going to bring this lesson to a close. I encourage you to experiment by creating your own new pages, setting them up with the parent-child relationship, and then creating your own drop-down menus within the admin appearance menu screen. Practicing and constantly experimenting is really the best way to really let this material sink in. Okay, now in our next lesson, we will learn how to create a photo gallery page with a nice grid of thumbnail images, and when you click on one, you'll be able to view the larger version of the photograph. It should be a lot of fun. Let's keep rolling, and I will see you in the next lesson.